Hey, Iowa, it's Zach Nunn. We are out in Washington late night last night. We are working very hard on end of the year funding, one, to rein in government spending, but also to get some major wins for Iowa. As we are looking through the final year-end bill, we have seen really critical things, including $100 million in disaster relief for families and communities who have been impacted. $10 million of this is going to farmers, and this includes things for like high tornado wind damage that we saw decimate communities like Greenfield in Iowa. We fought very hard for this. It's going to help folks out. We're also privileged that our work on biofuels has been rewarded, and we are talking about a year-round nationwide sale for E15. Now, the great news about year-round nationwide E15 is this is a dramatic advance from where the Biden administration had really cut a lot of farmers off at the knees. It drives down supply chain costs. It makes costs for every family more affordable. It helps establish biofuels, something made in America that weans us off both Russian and Middle Eastern oil. And it complements our fuel, all of the above solutions that we've been working so hard in Iowa for. Now, the team is continuing to go through this. We are hours away, hopefully, from getting an opportunity not only to vote on it, but emphatically push really good legislation. One of the areas we're working on is beneficial ownership. If you are a small business, if you're a Main Street operator, the federal government is demanding that you self-report on regulatory regime that ultimately could land you in jail. The fine for this is $500 per day per infraction, and up to a 3-year prison sentence with $10,000 total fines being levied on hometown families, family farms. I am so thrilled that our legislation was able to be included in this year's end of year package that will put a 1-year extension on this, and hopefully we can get to a point where we can repeal this altogether. But most important, beneficial ownership is now pushed out for an additional year. Otherwise, on January 1st of 2025, we were going to be hit with some serious fines on Main Street that could have decimated a state like Iowa. Friends, here's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, it's not just Iowa that's a farm state. Every district in America is an ag district. Whether you grow the food, whether you eat the food, food security is national security, and it's important that these critical items were included. I'm also happy to have received a lot of feedback here on just runaway prescription drug costs. We've been able to get PBM reform in here, so if you have a prescription drug, there's price transparency. It helps not only our Main Street pharmacists, it helps the inpatient, the user, to be successful. These things are critical for us going forward. So we've got a great team here. They're working hard. They're trying to do their best to get the most accurate information out, but more importantly, they're fighting for you. I'm privileged to be at the front line of this, making sure that year-round E15, $10 billion specifically for farm aid so that we can get farm credit out, $100 billion in disaster relief, holding the federal government accountable by cutting bureaucracy, including the 1-year beneficial ownership extension that we were able to do with this team on the legislation that we led. And importantly, key elements of keeping our government funded, including our military pay. We just last week were able to get a 15% pay increase for our frontline military troops. We also keep our military troops funded this holiday season because while we're all at home with our families, they're on the front line. They not only deserve their paycheck, they deserve the support of this country. Iowa, we're proud to fight for you. Thank you for everything you're doing. Give us some comments in the notes below, and we're going to work really hard to get this done before the end of the year. Thanks so much. Talk soon.